What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are here for another episode of My Team Career Mode. This is episode number 6, I believe, for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last episode, the Miami Grand Prix, be sure to go check that out. That video was released, I think, about close to a week ago now. So this is the 4th video within a week or so. So things are starting to come back to normal a little bit. I'm not that hopeful that things will continue as they are right now. But if it does keep up, then I will be very, very happy indeed. So going into this weekend, the Emilia GP, I'm not exactly sure how to feel about this weekend because Emilia and Miami are sort of different tracks. I think Miami is a bit less downforce, and I think Emilia is a bit more of a high downforce track rather than a high speed track. Apart from that long straight, a lot of high speed corners, high speed chicanes, especially that second one of the first sector, just before you get to turn 6, I think it is, and then the fast left hander just before you enter Acqua Minerale. So I'm not entirely sure how to feel about this weekend. As I say, I think we should be half a chance for fringe points again. I'm not expecting a win or a podium, something like that. We do have a semi-good car still, so maybe fringe points are still on the cards. Going into this weekend, we've moved up to the 4th best team now, so we have really jumped up past McLaren and Aston Martin. And given a performance last time out, you would say that I would have high hopes for this weekend, but I'm not, as I said again, I'm not entirely sure. So 15th place there, soft compound tyres. I don't know if that was a quali inside or not, but as we go into qualifying, as I said, again, I'm not too sure how to or what to expect. I mean, the car doesn't feel terrible. I mean, it feels fairly decent, I must say. Engine power, you can see there, that'll go on for Canada. That's a good upgrade to have that car on. I didn't see, I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was like something in the chassis, or something like that. So a couple of good upgrades coming in. I think we've got a few more coming in from Monaco, which is the next race. So I think we're really sort of setting our sights on some big upgrades and fighting our way really towards the front of the pack. So all things, or looking forward, I think our future is looking very, very promising. I think the results will come once we get these big boy upgrades on eventually. So a few minutes to go. Rain in 10 minutes apparently. They were saying a chance of rain very soon. So I didn't want to take a chance, and for some reason I didn't really feel safe in the position where we are at the moment. As you can see, there's smoking engine we were using there, so forgetting to change an engine again, so that kind of compromises us a little bit. Less engine power equals not good performance at all. So we'll see how this lap ends. No sign of rain at the moment. We do have enough fuel for another lap, which we're going to continue on right now. Not even an improvement on this lap. We're still P12, which is a bit of a danger spot for us at the moment. Through Acqua Minerale at the moment. Have been getting used to there a little bit throughout the more I do this game, but actually the rain has now actually started to come down. So it actually came out at an okay time for us, but it didn't come down at a good time for Mark. He's out in Q1. I don't know if that's the first time or not. So right now the rain has gotten heavier and it is now intermediate conditions as far as I'm aware it is. So we're up to tyre pressures just a little bit, just to get a bit more temperature in the fronts, because I haven't been noticed a little bit of understeer in the car a little bit, but at the same time I don't have any experience or wet weather experience at this show, because we didn't have a damp session in practice, so I don't know how the car's gonna feel. I don't know what changes I need to make yet. At the moment, I'm not too sure. But the more laps I do, which is why I've got about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 laps of fuel on board at the moment. So the more runs I do, the quicker I'll become, and plus the lighter the car becomes, it'll be enough. So as you can see there, we were barely up on our best lap, but we decided to come in for, I think, a new set of intermediate tires. So we're inside. I think that's 90 seconds to go or whatever, and unfortunately, it is not enough. But have a look at that. What is that? Less than 0.06, I think 0.54. If you looked at the delta from our previous best, we would have done enough to get into Q2 or Q3, sorry. So we've made a bit of a blunder there. So we're starting the race in the midfield, which isn't ideal because it's a long run down into turn 1 or the first chicane. So anything can happen off the start. So we made a bit of a blunder. We probably could have started a little bit higher than what we probably could have, but at the same time, maybe 9th or 10th would have been the absolute maximum for us. So before we do anything, we're going to take out old components, chuck some fresh ones in for the race, so therefore we don't have to worry about losing an engine in the race.
Welcome to Imola, the spiritual home of Ferrari. But you don't need me to tell you that. Just look at the red-clad Tifosi in the grandstands. They're ready. Are you ready? For the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Stroll, Joe, Gasly, Skip, Bottas, Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Webber, Magnussen, Verstappen, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please.
I still don't think Mark knows that we've even scored points in 4 of the first 5 races, honestly. So, we are expecting rain again in this race, but not till about the halfway point. So, I'm sussing out whether to go mediums or hards at this point. Hards are a bit of a shit tyre to be on in this game, so I want to try and avoid the hards if I can. Looking at what everyone else is on, Mark is starting on hards, and I think both Astons are starting on hards. Everyone else is on medium, so I think mediums is going to be the way to go. Hopefully they can last to the rain period. 5 red lights, and away we go. Good initial jump off the line, and it looks like we're going to try and force our way, but we've got nowhere to go. Unfortunately, we're going to try and dive up the inside. No, we're going to be cautious. Into the first corner. Stroll, as I said, is on hards up ahead, so if he can hold these guys up and we can get past everyone quickly, we're in a good position. Bottas trying to go around the outside at the second chicane, and we hang it around the outside, and we hold P9 at the moment. We were promoted up a couple of spots because of grid penalties. I think they were. Look at the gaggle of cars up ahead. So we lost a little bit of touch to these guys. Now we've caught back up. What's Gasly go? He's going to go defensive into the chicane. Not ideal. We go flying around the outside, but we can't get the exit that we were dearly hoping for. But now we're underneath the rear wing of the Alpine. We're going to go send it into. I forgot the name of this corner here. It'll come to me eventually at some point. So that's Stroll up ahead. Oh, he's made a mistake into the first corner. That invites us into the party. Where are we on track? We're right behind the Alfa Romeo. I think it's Joe that's ahead of us. It is. So Stroll really struggling on those hard tyres at the moment. Not able to find the grip that he wants at the moment. I said I didn't want to be on the hards, and it looks like the call. I've made the right call. We've gone around the outside of Joe at turn 7, I think it is. Now we've got Stroll up ahead. The quicker we get past, the better it'll be for our race. As you can see, top 5 have skipped away. Now, DRS is now available. It'll be available to us if we need it, but I don't think we will. Not using too much of our battery to try and get past Stroll. I tell you what, the straight line speed of that Aston was keeping him in the game for some time, but in the end, we prevail. Now, let's skip out of 1 second before we get to the main straight once again. I think we should be able to do that. Fight for the lead. Charles Leclerc up against Hamilton. I think he's in front. And the Ferrari goes dancing into the lead of the race. And I think Lando isn't too far behind. He's actually a little bit further behind than what I thought he was. So the lead is about 5 seconds after the race. Lando is about 2 seconds behind. The more those guys squabble, the more it brings us into the frame. So right now, I'm just cruising at the moment. I'm looking after the tyres. There's no need for me to push at this point in time because I don't need to make a mistake in trying to catch these guys at the moment. So I think cruising right now is simply all we're doing at the moment. Let them squabble and we'll join the train at hopefully a good time. Now for us, this is a few laps later. Lewis tried to look at Charles Leclerc and he almost hit the wall. And as I said, this is what's been going on. Neither driver can break outside of 1 second, and then they're going to go side by side into the first chicane, and Hamilton does get ahead on board with Lewis as he tries to go for that inside move, and he thought about it. He backed out. If you go back and listen carefully to the engine over my commentary, he actually did back out. He did lift off the throttle, and thankfully, the Merc and the Ferrari avoided contact, and everybody skips on through nice and cleanly. So, and as I said, the squabbling team radio.
The rain's a few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful.
Okay, so rain is inbound very, very soon. I think the mediums at this point, they feel fine. I'm happy with the way the mediums are at the moment. So the next lap, the sunshine is starting to go away, and cloud cover is now starting to appear as well. And at the end of lap 14, grey clouds. It is now overcast at the moment, so rain is pretty much imminent at this point. Now we've caught up to the train very nicely. This is exactly what I was hoping for. And Lando comes into the pits, and I think Hamilton and Leclerc have too. Why have they come into the pits? The rain is literally imminent at this point, and they've opted for hard compound tyres. They're going to the original strategy that they were going to go to. Why does that doesn't make sense at all?
Dry seem like the best tyre for now.
Okay, as soon as I saw those guys coming to the pits, that raised my eyebrow. So I'm questioning Mark on which tyres are the best tyres to go at the moment, or where is the rain coming? And at this point,
okay, conditions are going to keep deteriorating for 10 minutes at least. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
As soon as I heard that, rain has started to fall. As soon as I asked, rain started to fall. So we're not too far from rain at the moment. Look at the gaggle of cars here. That's Leclerc. Is it Leclerc? No, it is Leclerc. Trying to go around the outside of the Aston, and my teammate is involved in the skirmish as well. Leclerc can't find a way through. Webber tries to go around the outside of Sonoda. It is raining now, which means the track is going to get wet very, very quickly, depending how hard it is coming down, and Mark can't find a way through on Sonoda at this moment in time. So we're in a good position. We're on the podium at this rate. Mark has just come over the radio saying that he's got a new strategy. We'll see what it is. It's a set of inters. Oh my goodness me, look at the track and look at the spray that's coming up now. This is a good time to come into the pits and put some intermediate tyres on. And I made the call. This is time for intermediates, and I think the two ahead, Checo and Russell, will follow into the pits as well, and they do just as DRS gets enabled. So perfect timing from the three of us at the front. They should be able to, and the others behind us should be coming out to a bit of a problem. I think it was one of the rears that was stuck. Now everyone else is following us into the pits as well. I think that's Verstappen, the Haas coming in as well. Piastri came into the pits. I think these are the big losers at the moment. Lewis, Charles and Lando, who all come in early, and the Alfa Romeo, who is stranded waiting for these cars to go past. There goes my teammate. He eventually gets out, and they're stacking. There's a double stack scenario going on at Aston Martin and Haas. It's Fernando who has to stack, and I think it's Hulkenberg who has to stack as Magnussen got the rub of the green, one would say. So he was able to come in and put his inters on first, and it's Hulkenberg who's had to stack, and Fernando had to stack behind his teammate as well. So we're back onto intermediate conditions as we were in Q2, but I don't know how this car is going to react. I don't have a good wet weather setup around this track at all, so I don't know how the car is going to behave. But at this point, I'm just trying to push as hard as I can at the moment. We lost a little bit of ground with that slow pit stop, which wasn't ideal, I must say. So right now, I'm trying to push while keeping the car pointing in a straight line. Yellow flag at the first chicane. What's going on? It's a Ferrari who's going slow. I think it's Carlos Sainz who's pulling off to the side of the right, and it is Carlos Sainz who's pulled off out of this race with some sort of mechanical failure, unfortunately for him. And a virtual safety car is deployed. Does it upgrade to a full safety car? I'd love that to happen and give ourselves a chance to fight for the lead. Team Radio. Well, that was helpful information. Obviously, I wanted to know how long this rain was going to last, because apparently the forecast was saying that it was going to dry up again before the end of the race. But at this point in time, I don't think it is at the moment. I think it might be intermediate conditions, and it might be raining for the rest of the race, unfortunately, which obviously it isn't ideal. I would have loved that full safety car to bring us back into the game and give us a fighting chance to at least fight for the lead, or maybe even the win. I think so. As you can see, the gap was about 3 or 4 seconds for since we came out of the pits, but now it's about 6 seconds, and it was at this point I knew that the win was pretty much gone. We don't have the pace to stay with or to even match George and Sergio at the moment, but Sergio's driven a brilliant race. He gets Red Bull back on track and his championship. He will extend his lead just that little bit further. And for for Charles, Lando and Lewis, they'll be kicking themselves, but it's a warm welcome for us to the podium.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes.
Not much more to be said about that. Mark's happy. I am happy with the podium. We didn't have the pace to fight for the lead. I'm happy with the podium.
And that's it then for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. And what a sensational victory they've managed to pull off here. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Nicely done there from Checo, and a great result for us today. A podium, which I did not expect. I was expecting fringe points again in this race, but a podium I will absolutely take, especially after Lewis, Charles and Lando made that stop before the rain. Really, they cost themselves track position before the rain came. If they stayed out like us, top 6, top 5 would have definitely been the maximum for us in the race. So I had to say we probably were a little bit fortunate that we were able to get a podium. If you really think about it, if we had followed the others in, we'd probably be where Mark is right now. So 12th for him, up 6 spots. You know, he is gaining spots in the races, but he just needs to qualify better if he's going to be scoring points at all. I mean, he has scored. He's got 9 to his name, but he needs more. He needs more better pace in the race. So I know it sounds harsh because it's only his second season back in F1. Well, if you think about season 2 from F1 22, if you think about that. So given the fact that he's not really performing like I was kind of hoping that he would, and given where our car is performing at this point, hence some question marks going in my head at the moment. Is Mark, a good choice, or is it worth looking for another driver when we get to the contract periods? I do have a couple of drivers in mind who potentially could replace him. So if Mark does what he does and can't find anything else than what he's been able to find, then I don't know if it's worth keeping him for the rest of the season. If we give him the second half to prove that he is capable of staying in the team, look, we'll see what happens. But I'm not entirely sure what the go will be for his future. I am really hoping that I can keep him on board for another year, and for the second half of the year, and maybe for another year, if we even get to that point before F1 24 comes out, given the fact that it's already 2024 and I've only uploaded 6 videos of my team career mode. So that is a bit of a shambles. So but with the rate that I'm uploading videos at the moment, who knows, we might be able to squeak 2 seasons in. It might have to be a 10 race season just to get 1 season in. So a decent result. Monaco up next. I think we might have another good weekend next time out. I'm really hopeful for that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you later.